Okay, so when you're writing a story, you are juggling so much. You've got characters, plot twists, settings. It can really feel like you're trying to navigate this huge, dark ocean. But what if I told you there's one single, powerful light that can guide you safely to shore? Well, in this explainer, we're going to talk about that one tool that can be your constant guide, your story's core message.
And this right here, this is the central idea. The core message of your story isn't just some afterthought, a theme you figure out later. Nope. It's your lighthouse. It's this beacon that dictates every single turn of the plot, from the very first page to the final word. It's what keeps you, the writer, on course.
So before you even start dreaming up your protagonist's big choices or that epic final scene, you've got to establish this guiding light. But what exactly is a message in this context? Let's get really clear on what we're talking about here.
Right, and this is a really important distinction to make. A message isn't just a topic, like love or war. It's a specific statement your story is designed to prove or to explore. It is the why behind your entire narrative. It's the one single, unwavering purpose of your story.
Just think about that for a second. Everything. The message isn't just one ingredient in the recipe, it's the entire flavor of the dish. Every single character, every conflict, every scene should, in some way, work to shine a light on this one powerful statement.
So how does this actually work when you're, typing away? Let's break down the 3 critical jobs that a strong core message does, starting with how it becomes the actual backbone of your entire plot.
A plot without a clear message, it's like trying to build a house without a blueprint. Sure, you might have some cool-looking rooms, but the whole thing is probably going to be unstable and just fall apart. Your message is that blueprint. It makes sure your story is structurally sound, that it makes sense, and that it builds towards a conclusion that actually feels earned.
So how does it pull that off? Well, first, it sets your true north, so you always know where you're headed. Then, when you inevitably hit a plot hole or a dead end, and you will, it becomes your problem-solving tool. You just have to ask yourself, which choice best serves my message? And finally, it guarantees that no scene is wasted, because everything is connected. Everything is working together to deliver on that one core idea.
All right, let's move on to the next function. Let's see how this message doesn't just shape what happens in your story, but who it happens to, and more importantly, why they struggle. Your characters don't just pop up out of nowhere. They are, in a way, living expressions of your message. Their desires, their flaws, their big choices, all of these things should be in a direct relationship with your central idea. They might embody it, or maybe they challenge it, or maybe they're even broken by it. Look, we all know great stories are built on conflict, right? Well, your message is the engine of that conflict. Why does your hero want what they want? Because it connects back to the message. And what's standing in their way? Well, it's some opposing force that represents a totally different answer to your message. The entire journey of conflict, from a quiet argument to a huge battle, is basically a debate over your story's core idea.
And now for the third function. This one is less about the story on the page and, well, a lot more about the person telling it. And honestly, this might be the most important one of all.
Let's be real for a second. Writing is hard. It's this long, often lonely journey, and it's filled with self-doubt and dead ends. A strong, clear message isn't just a tool for crafting the story, it's your personal fuel. It's the reason you even started, and it's the conviction that's going to carry you through when you feel completely lost.
And here we are, right back at our central metaphor. See, this lighthouse, it isn't just for the reader, it's for you. When you're lost in the messy middle of your story, bogged down in details, not sure what comes next, you look up, you find that light, and you remember why you set sail in the first place. So, we've seen how this one idea, this core message, can shape your plot, define your characters, and literally keep you going. Let's pull it all together and see why this is your most important benchmark. So there it is. Your message is the architect of your plot. It's the heart of your character's struggles, and it's the fire that keeps you, the writer, going. By doing all 3 of these vital jobs, it becomes the single most powerful tool in your entire storytelling toolbox.
So, if there's one thing you take away from all this, let it be this. Spend time on your message. I mean, really define it. Write it down on a sticky note. Because once you have it, every other decision, from a tiny line of dialogue to a massive plot twist, becomes so much clearer. You just have to ask yourself, does this serve the lighthouse? And that leaves us with one final question for you to think about as you work on your own story.
Don't just think about what happens or who it happens to. Ask yourself, what is the one single, unwavering light that your story is shining out into the world? Find that, and you'll always find your way home.